What are the kind of things that you're struggling with the most? Is there homesickness? Is there routine? What?
I would say not hearing familiar voices. Like, it's really nice right now to just hear a familiar accent. I struggle to not know what's out there. I just know my neighborhood, and then beyond that, everything is new, and I don't know if people are going to understand me, or like even just paying for things. Hopefully my card works, and
Yeah.
and then comes the whole job search, and that's the biggest stress of my life right now. So there's just I know that I'll figure it out, and I know that these lessons are here to teach me probably the biggest things I've ever learned in my life, and I'm not ready to go home yet. I believe that would be cutting the growth short, and I'm trying to embrace the discomfort, but it is hard for anybody, and then when you've got a neurodivergent brain, it's just, you've got to be kind to yourself.
How have you found the experience with being like an autistic woman from New Zealand in Canada, and employment, and even just navigating life?
Well, all I can say is I have found Canadians to be extremely warm and welcoming people, so that's made the transition very, very nice. I was worried about that because I found New York to be a little cold and overwhelming. Quite a lot. I don't want to offend any people who are from New York, but a small town Kiwi girl going to New York, I had a meltdown by day 5, and I was worried that I had made the worst decision of my life. Luckily, as soon as I touched down in Toronto, the people have been lovely. So that's made things a lot easier to bridge together, I have found employment to be, that's something I document on my YouTube channel, because I know that, so many of us are completely capable individuals, and it's the whole interview process, it's the reading the job description, all that, and that's what I'm finding is quite hard. Everybody tells me it's really hard to get a job here at the moment, which is just not what I need. I'm worried. I'm worried about it. I have decided that I will be disclosing that I'm autistic, because what I found in the past with past employers, when I haven't said anything, I just run myself into the ground, and within 6 months I'm burnt out and, unemployed. So it is an active choice I'm now deciding to share, and hoping that Canada is a place that is, welcoming to disabilities. So all in all, it's wonderful, and it's exciting, and it's so great to be meeting so many different people, and I'm learning so much about myself. And I also am stressed. I'm not going to say, but I'm stressed, and I'm also stressed. There's this duality to my experience for sure, and I'm trying to include that in the content I'm sharing. Like, it's not all, rainbows and sunshine and, look at me, I'm out thriving. And in some ways I am, but, it's obviously difficult.
I think everything you say is absolutely relatable. And, I always find it's frustrating. Like, you might easily do okay in the first interview and get a second interview, but it seems like it never gets past the second interview for me. There's always some sort of breakdown when it comes more personal or one-on-one, and it's really tricky. And finding work as an alien, as in you are not from Canada, being a Kiwi, I can't even imagine how hard that must be to navigate. I mean, do you think it's something that is helping you learn, that can help others how to better navigate these types of situations? Because really, you're not doing it in your own home country. You're actually making it even harder on yourself. I mean, do you think you're learning lessons here about how to navigate these types of situations, whether it's just people not especially connecting with you because of where you're from, or employers trying to go through some of these barriers?
I think that pretty much sums up my mindset. So I'm taking it right now as my challenge to actually go out there and try and get employment, and whatever happens, good or bad, document it, because it would be way worse if I just, fell into success in the autism world and had no experience. And here I am saying to everybody, you just got to keep trying. And it's like, well, fuck, it's not that easy. And I've got to live it to be able to talk about it. And that's my test right now. I've just got to make it hard for myself to learn.
This is the thing, right? You've got to put yourself in situations where you could fail. And in failing, you're teaching people the best things. So I love failing. I'd rather fail than win, to be honest with you. And that sounds ridiculous, but I've never learned anything good about winning, I've never learned any good lessons I can help my kids with or other people with by just being good at stuff. Failing is way better, in my opinion. In fact, if there wasn't failure, there would be no cars, no lights, no inventions. So what you're doing makes total sense. Creating content around your experiences is way more valuable than creating content around you got a job, frankly. So
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
totally
actually
agree.
for saying that, because I struggle with rejection sensitive dysphoria, as a lot of us do. And I take it personally. And if I just misinterpret the person who's interviewing me, that sends me to bed for the rest of the day. The next day I'm taken out. It's a whole thing. So that's a really great perspective for sure. Thank you for sharing that.